Hello, welcome to Hitchhiking Stars YouTube channel. I missed a week, I think, and I'm sorry about that. That was because I had a friend over. It was a little bit chaotic, a little bit, yeah, a little bit impossible, really, I would say. But nevertheless, I'm back. How have you all been? What's going on with you guys? I came back with this video, again, short and sweet as per, but we're going to have a look at what's happening this week. Now, this coming week, we're going to have a full moon, and as per, really nice to have a look at what this full moon will be reflecting, what the chart of the full moon as a combination will be telling us. So let me share my screen. We have a Brazilian football game today. So if you hear some like horns and stuff, it's because people are very excited in this country about that. So let's have a look. This is the chart for today. Later on today, we're going to have a Moon-Jupiter conjunction. So you can probably see in the sky. So if you look up in the sky and you see the moon near a shiny point, well, that's Jupiter. Make a wish. Just pay attention to the mood. I mean, lunar transits are very much connected with passing moods. So the moon moving to Pisces, moving to Aries, it kind of shifts with our moods as well. Our moods shifts very constantly, and so does the moon. Now, the lunations, though, I think they do reflect something a little bit more relevant than passing moods. So let's have a look. Let's move forward. And the other thing that I'd like to mention, so we can see moon moving to Taurus in a few days. But what I really want to say before the full moon is Mercury moving to Capricorn. So we have an ingress. Now, planets ingresses are very interesting as well because it's shifting the atmosphere connected with that planet. So that Mercury moving from Sag to Capricorn will be connected to our communication, how we speak. And as that Mercury also has a strong connection to the full moon, which will be in Gemini. So Gemini is the star sign ruled by Mercury. So it connects with this Mercury recently moved to Capricorn. So shifting our thinking from adventure and, all things Sag season related into more business oriented, more serious stuff, Capricorn, more practical stuff as well. It might be a great time for us to be thinking about businesses. I think Capricorn rules business, and anything related to bureaucracy, things that we need to get done. These are the things that Capricorn sort of rules, authorities as well, like dealing with authority, becoming an authority, etc. Now, our thinking will be colored, will be shifting into these different area. Now, what I'm very interested in is the full moon itself, which will be happening in some places. Sorry about that. That's my partner's computer. So the full moon will be happening on Wednesday night for some places in some countries. In Brazil, will be happening on Thursday at 1 a.m. So between Wednesday and Thursday next week, we'll have the full moon. And it will be happening at 16 degrees Gemini. So 16 degrees Gemini, 16 degrees Sag. Whatever you have around those degrees, mutable signs, so Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, Sag, will be picked up by this full moon, will be emphasized by this full moon. If you don't have anything on the mutables, check out what house that falls for you, or if is that in your first, is that in your fifth, is that in your eighth house, and we'll be tinging, that house with some kind of revelation, some kind of information that you might have access to, which I think the full moon, particularly in Gemini, kind of represents. Being ruled by Mercury and all, is about what we believe with the sun and Sag as well, and how we communicate our beliefs with that moon in Gemini as well. But what's very special about this full moon, and what's very peculiar about this full moon, is that it will be exact conjunction with Mars. So the moon and Mars will be very, very tight together. Now that might add some intensity to the full moon, some anger, communicating boundaries, all of that, all the things that we've been confused in the last few weeks. Remember when I was saying there was a Mars Neptune square, so we weren't very sure about direction we should take, where we should go, what should we be angry about, etc. This might be a little clearer during this full moon and a little bit more emphasized as well. My advice, as usual, is take a step back a little bit. Don't let yourself go fully into reaction mode. Even though that moon Mars is very reactive, and especially if you have personal planets in those degrees or near those degrees, it might feel even more urgent to you to say something, to do something, to take action on something. But it would be great if you could just take a step back, have a little look at it, write it down. Gemini rules writing as well, Mercury as well. So take a more structured approach, which would be that Mercury and Capricorn ruling this full moon. So rather than just throwing everything, throwing the baby out, just kind of take a step back and try to be a bit more structured about how you're going to be reacting, how you should communicate and voice your boundaries, whatever it is. It might it might inflame the mood. It might bring fever as well, or it might act in very physical ways for some people as well. My partner health planet's at 16 degrees Gemini and is already feeling it and having a lot of insomnia and struggling with a lot of irritation and insomnia. And I had a chat about this full moon and how to kind of take it easy for this for this whole week. I would suggest just take it easy, just plenty of fluids and walks in nature and physical exercise without anything too risky, because that moon Mars, don't take unnecessary risks, I would say. But it could be a lot of insights, a lot of new ideas and thoughts and visions as well with the Sagittarius. So pay attention, keep track of where this is in your chart, and try to take a step back in whatever area that is, because this might accelerate the process of whatever it is. And reminding you that Mars will still be retrograde until January. So I think it's January 8th or something, January 10th. I'm not sure, I have to have a look again. But Mars will be retrograde until January, the first week and a half of Jan. So if you can avoid taking very, very important actions now, unless you're revisiting something, then I would suggest that will be supported by the stars. Otherwise, I think this is the main thing that I wanted to talk about. And yeah, this is Friday again, so I'll be back next Friday doing another video, and let me know how you're feeling. What would you like to hear as well more about? Is there any questions about astrology that you'd like me to explore as well in other videos? I'll be happy to do that. And in the meantime, wishing you guys a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week as well, and a nice revelation during the full moon. Mwah. See you all next week.